I am currently on a quest to become the world's strongest paladin. 3 specs, 3 characters, all pushing high-end Mythic Plus. But all season, one thing has been messing with my head. This 4th warband slot is clearly not a paladin. But what can I do to fix this? I could boost a paladin with my midnight boost, but that's kinda lame if it's just filling a slot. I could make a duplicate of one of the specs, but what would be the point? So I had a better idea. What if I made a paladin with no spec and turned it into the most overpowered level 1 paladin Azeroth has ever seen? Meet Borgey, the XP-locked level 1 paladin. One mission: to humiliate higher level horde players through sheer strength. To start the journey, we make our way from Northshire over to Stormwind. Making a quick pit stop for a little bit of gold, we head over to this guy in Stormwind Keep and switch our XP gains off. Now, gearing a twink character is normally a pretty strange process, and there really isn't any up-to-date guides out there specifically for level 1s. I searched YouTube and Google, and the best that I could find was a Dragonflight guide, which used a strategy I am quite familiar with. The way gear scaling works, you create a slightly higher level character to get BOE items to drop with a specific level requirement. For level 1s, you want to loot items on a level 10 character. The drops will then have no item level requirement, yet be the highest item level possible. So we whipped up this level 10 quickly and made our way to some of the classic zones in search of treasure chests. In the Dragonflight guide, it stated that blue items would drop at eye level 28 and that epics would be eye level 42. Unfortunately, this is outdated in the current expansion, and the blues only scaled to item level 10. A decent start, but not exactly powerful items. So back to the drawing board. I did a bit of digging in the XP Off Discord, which is the official twinking server. After scouring through the channels, I found some people stating that the rares in Tanaan Jungle will drop no item level requirement, eye level 44 blues. This would be massive for a level 1 character. One issue though, you need a mage that you can do this with. This is for 2 reasons. The first being to teleport to Draenor, because level 1s can't actually get into Draenor without doing the intro quest. And secondly, to escort Borgey around and kill the rares for him, since he is not able to do so on his own. Now, I could annoy a friend for help, but I didn't want to be a pest because I knew this would take quite some time. So I guess I needed a second account. So with a second account and a mage leveled up to 50, as well as a sandstone drake traded across for an escort mount, the gearing begins. I then spent 4 days farming gear in Tanaan Jungle. The main barrier to this was the fact that each rare had a daily loot lockout. So each day, I would log on to both accounts, party up, and then alt-tab repeatedly as I would kill each rare on the mage and trade the gear over to Borgey. This was tedious, especially when you consider the fact that most of the items that were dropping would only come from a single rare in the zone and had roughly a 25% drop rate. Unfortunately, it's not possible to get a full set of plate gear, so we had to resort to using some cloth, leather, and mail. Day by day, Borgey went from a fragile level 1 to a monstrous sleeper paladin. By the end of the grind, it was time. We had gotten every strength piece possible, trinkets, rings, a big weapon, a quick trip to the auction house to add some enchants and gear to this, and spec-less Borgey was ready to annihilate some people. Just before I was ready to depart, I went to turn war mode on and... Wait, no, can I not... Oh, wait, hang on. Can I turn war mode on a level 1? My whole plan might be ruined from the start. Yeah, war mode isn't available at level 1. I tried a few tricks, a weird chat command, but ultimately it appears that it's just not possible to turn it on at this level. This was annoying. We'd have to improvise. Now, I could still turn PvP on and make myself attackable by horde players, and I figured that surely a leveler would try to take the opportunity to slay a random level 1 I almost immediately got in a fight with this level 12 druid. He was on the ropes, half health, clearly panicked by Borgey's prowess, until our battle was rudely interrupted. No! What a nerd. No matter, though, I'm counting this as a moral victory. Surely there's plenty more fights to come. Well, not exactly. The cowardice of the Horde runs deep. Nobody would battle me. It would appear that Borgey's menacing presence was simply enough to scare off any hordes from even wanting to fight me in the first place. I encountered this monk around level 10 who would not engage with me despite me provocatively jiggling in front of his face. I also found this low-level troll player. Using an array of macros like /taunt, I was trying to get his attention and he was definitely aware of me. I followed him for a long time, and yet no fight. I'm counting this as another moral victory for Borgey. I even flew my character into a small safe spot in Orgrimmar and taunted this Death Knight repeatedly with toys and emotes. Not even an ounce of recognition. The only person that paid attention to me was this very mean shaman who decided to kill me a couple of times while I was trying to do this. I was a bit frustrated at this point. There wasn't much happening. My friend Shock wandered up with a character of his own to test Borgey's prowess. Not exactly a humiliation in the wild, so to speak, but I was itching for a battle. So not exactly a success at this point, but this foray into enemy territory did come with some major drawbacks. Firstly, not being able to attack other players is really not ideal. The Horde are cowards and would regularly forego their honor and flee from a battle. Second, I kinda got griefed by high-level players, like a lot. I don't count these as losses, by the way. Borgey is still powerful and strong and handsome. This is like an NBA player dunking on 6-year-olds. Totally uncool. But the biggest problem was the distinct lack of players. I am not joking when I say that I spent multiple hours over multiple days flying Borgey around on my second account's mage through Durotar, through the Barrens, Orgrimmar's gates. Hell, I even sat on top of the War Chief's roof and danced there for like 10 minutes and nobody attacked me. This does make me sort of feel sad for the state of world PvP these days. It just feels so dead and empty in these early zones, it's not even funny. So, to ensure that my power was indeed fully tested, I returned to Elwyn Forest instead. After some searching, this brave level 12 druid agreed to test his might against Borgey's immense power. He was no match. Borgey carved him up effortlessly, sweat beading on his muscular forearms as he bore down blow after blow. Now, this might seem like a fine conclusion. Borgey is extremely powerful at level 1, but I couldn't shake the feeling that some business was unfinished. I needed to properly humiliate the Horde, whether they chose for it to happen or not. Researching, it appears that level 20 is the lowest level that War Mode can be turned on. To truly demonstrate his strength, Borgey will need to ascend. He will need to become the most powerful level 20 that has ever existed. I just want to say a big thanks to Ghost Splinter and my other YouTube members. Check out the join button if you want to support the channel. If you want to keep up with Borgey's adventures or check out some of my other Paladin content from this season, click the subscribe button and check out the playlist that I've linked here. Otherwise, until next time, gamers, Borgey will return. Take care.